Field of Dreams, Prince, and Flint, Michigan are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is April 21st, 2022. It is the 111th day of the year. There are 254 days left in 2022. It is the 16th Thursday in the 17th week and the 33rd day of spring. Like we said yesterday, if today's your birthday, you are a Taurus. Today is National Yellow Bat Day. This is a military thing, so I'll explain. April 21st honors National Yellow Bat Day. On this day in 1967, the Army activated the 265th Army Security Agency Company Airborne. Now, there's other versions of this that started back in the 40s, but I believe this was the first airborne one. They were part of the 101st Airborne Division at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The official insignia of the 265th is a bat, like the flying bat, not a baseball bat, with outstretched wings on a full moon. The motto is written underneath the symbol that says, "Through the night." Symbolically, the bat represents mystery and secrecy due to its nocturnal nature. The bat fittingly describes the intelligence support provided by the Army Security Agency Battalion. Before deploying, the personnel painted all military vehicles and equipment that were associated with this unit with a yellow bat. The symbol made the equipment clearly visible from a distance and aided in identifying all unit equipment. On November 19th of the same year, they deployed to Vietnam with the designation of the 265th Radio Research Company. Yeah, so they got a lot of history. All right, let's see what else April 21st has given us. 1789, George Washington's reception at Trenton is hosted by the ladies of Trenton as he journeys to New York City for his first inauguration, and John Adams is sworn in as the first vice president, 9 days before George Washington was sworn in. 1836, the Texas Revolution, the Battle of San Jacinto. The Republic of Texas forces under Sam Houston defeat troops under Mexican General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. This really shouldn't have gone the way it did for the Texans. I mean, they were outnumbered by about 400 troops. And in the end, they overran the Mexican army. The Mexican army had 1,360 soldiers. The Texans had 910. In the end, 650 Mexican soldiers were killed, 208 wounded, 300 were captured. When it comes to the Texans, 11 were killed and 30 were wounded. That was it. When the battle was going south, Santa Anna had escaped towards Vince's Bridge, this bridge that Sam Houston had ordered burned to the ground or to the water the day before. When Santa Anna got there and found the bridge destroyed, he hid in a marsh not too far away from there, and he put on the uniform of a private from the military. So as they were rounding up all the Mexican soldiers, and here comes Santana acting like he's a private, they still don't know he's Santa Anna. His soldiers started crying out to him that he was the general, they wanted to recognize him and all this. And of course, the Texans recognized him at that point too. Now, while they had him captured and he was being held, Texas soldiers gathered around calling for the Mexican general's immediate execution. So being in a tough spot, he negotiated basically that the Mexican boundary would stay at the Rio Grande and Texas would become a thing. Now, I broad brushed it. There's a lot that goes into this one, but back home in Mexico, the Mexican Congress and the government, they weren't too keen on this arrangement. And all the people felt that this was like something that he promised in fear for his life and all this, and they weren't going to honor it. And if you haven't seen a map, I can assure you Texas is there and it's part of the United States, so they eventually honored it. If it wasn't for Sam Houston and his troops, Texas might very well be part of Mexico right now. Who knows? 1898, the Spanish-American War. The United States Navy begins a blockade of all Cuban ports. The U.S. Congress issued a declaration of war on April 25th. It declared that the state of war had existed from this date forward. 1934, the surgeon's photograph. The most famous photo allegedly showing the Loch Ness Monster is published in the Daily Mail. In 1999, it is revealed to be a hoax. Imagine that. I still love those things, the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot. Now, I'm not way into them and I believe all this stuff, and every time I bring up Bigfoot, and I get some very, very strange emails about it. I mean, there's some people out there that believe that Bigfoot has never been captured because he has the ability to teleport. Yeah. And when they tell me this, they tell me like they have some hard facts that, they're privileged to some information that the rest of us aren't. It's really strange. But yeah, the Loch Ness Monster, I remember that photo. 1952, Secretary's Day is first celebrated. These days, we have to call it Administrative Professionals Day. Apparently, secretary is offensive to someone. 1962, the Seattle's World Fair opens. It is the first World Fair in the United States since World War II. 1982, baseball. Raleigh Fingers of the Milwaukee Brewers becomes the first pitcher to record 300 saves. He was a very good pitcher. 2010, the controversial Kharkiv Pact, Russia-Ukraine naval base for gas treaty. That's what it was called. But it is signed in Kharkiv, Ukraine by Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych, I believe his name is, and Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. And Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. I believe that's his name. Those are rough names. I'm horrible at Russian. Anyway, it was unilaterally terminated by Russia on March 31st, 2014. 2014, the American city of Flint, Michigan switches its water source to the Flint River, beginning an ongoing Flint water crisis, which has caused lead poisoning in up to 12,000 people and 15 deaths from Legionnaire's disease, ultimately leading to criminal indictments against 15 people, 5 of whom have been charged with involuntary manslaughter. Yeah, that whole Flint, Michigan thing, now I've brought it up on this channel, my other channel before. If you want to just get angry at just stupidity, corruption, and government, read about that. It is a horrible thing. Happening now. Joe Biden is in Portland today. He's here to do a fundraiser and talk about the infrastructure plan that they have going forward. My understanding is Oregon is one of the top 5 recipients for money from this infrastructure thing. I know West Virginia is like number 1, and I believe Tennessee is number 2, but I've read a couple different things. So yeah, they're here to talk about it, and it's fundraising and all that good stuff. We usually don't get presidents out here in Portland, Oregon. Movies released on April 21st, 1989, Field of Dreams. This was a great movie. Kevin Costner, James Earl Jones, Ray Liotta, Burt Lancaster's in this movie. If you've never seen this movie, it's a great movie. Kevin Costner plays a man named Ray Kinsella, who's 36, lives with his wife Annie and daughter Karen in rural Iowa. And he keeps having these voices in his head that keep telling him, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. And then he has a dream of Shoeless Joe Jackson, who was a baseball player from way back in the day, like 1919. Well, at this time, he's also struggling with this relationship with his father, that they kind of have a broken relationship, and he's got all kinds of problems. So I guess this dream just encourages him to build a baseball field in his cornfield, and he does. And then some magical stuff happens. And if you've never seen it, it's a good movie. And it's not just about sports. It is a movie based around sports, but it's so much more. This is such a good movie. Now, the movie set where they filmed it, it's still up, and you can go visit it. In 2021, August 12th, actually, Major League Baseball hosted a game between the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. It was originally supposed to be in 2020, but the COVID thing kind of killed that idea. Born on April 21st, 1926, Queen Elizabeth II. She became the constitutional monarch of 16 countries and the supreme governor of the Church of England after her coronation in 1953. She's become the longest reigning monarch in British history. Helen Mirren won an Academy Award in 2007 for her portrayal in the film The Queen. That was a good movie. She visited the United States in 1951 and met with President Harry S. Truman. Died on April 21st, 2016, Prince. He was born Roger Nelson and is an acclaimed recording artist that released 10 platinum-selling albums. He also won multiple Grammy Awards for his hit song Purple Rain, including Best Performance and Best Soundtrack. He suffered from epilepsy as a child and began writing music at age 7. One of the first groups he worked with was 94 East. He became known for releasing over 30 top 40 single hits and gained fame as an international sex symbol. In 2005, he played guitar on Stevie Wonder's single, So What's the Fuss? He also was part of the performance when they inducted George Harrison into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is a great performance by Prince, if you ask me, even though he's with an ensemble set of musicians. Prince had some medical issues, but in the end, he became addicted to pain medicine, I guess, and died of a fentanyl overdose. It was accidental. It was definitely not foul play, they said, and it was definitely not suicide. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, be nice to each other.